Hey everyone, it's Ray. Welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV, the Hildibrand episodes. In the last episode, we apprehended the Kugane Wolf Burglar. And the sword is still stolen by one Yojimbo. Well then, this'll be interesting. For now though, we must go ahead and talk to Shigure to continue on with this nonsense. The black heart beneath. Alas, Shigure seems utterly devoid of hair and hope. You look well, Rei'tan. I pray your adventures have not been too taxing? I haven't really left. As for myself, the search for the Saburo Tsukihiro as well as Yojimbo continues. Whether I could claim even a measure of progress. Ah, Shigure, there you are. And there's Hildy. We thought perhaps to find you inside, my bald man, but I see you are here, and in the company of my stalwart assistant. Bald? You of all people should... Having failed to seize upon new information of value or even passing relevance, we're in the midst of reconsidering our investigative strategy. But tell me, have you word of Jim and our missing sword? Jim? Who is... Ah yes, Yojimbo. No, I was just telling Rei'tan I have made no progress since we last spoke. You seem distressed, Shigure. If you yet pine for your lost locks, then pine no longer, for we have brought you a hair tonic of preternatural effectiveness. Really? Well, that's actually a very considerate gesture. Thank you. Why not try it right now? Aye, the sooner the better, perhaps. What is that? Well, if it isn't our gentle dead man friend. He actually showed up another time instead of just being there once to help us find Hildy. I say, to meet Master Zombiebrand and his bosom companions yet again, truly the kami have been kind to me. It is always a pleasure to see a man of the old horde, but were you not bound for Eorzea? Why are you yet in the far east? Indeed, I had thought to return home and rejoin my brothers, and to that end I did call upon a local fisherman to secure passage. It was from him that I heard a tale of most fascinating, which compelled me to stay. A Funa Yuri, a far eastern variety of undead, had been seen wandering in Isle shore. As my previous attempt to recruit fellow zombies had been met with failure, I thought, why not broaden my criteria and appeal to this ghost in the spirit of camaraderie? Alas, it is a most elusive quarry, rather shy it would seem. I sought to learn more of the Funa Yuri by questioning the people of the city, but I have been unsuccessful so far. I see. I realize this is sudden, but in your inquiries, did you hear mention of Jim? Jim? If you have not heard of that particular Far Eastern spirit. Though, to be honest, not all have been willing to entertain my company, perhaps due to my undead nature. It pains me to hear that in this world there remains people prejudiced against the living impaired. You seek this Jim, Master Zombiebrand. If so, I would be glad to help. Grateful as we would be, it might be wise to change your attire. People's reluctance to speak to you may be due to your passing resemblance to a certain wolfish fugitive who, until recently, terrorized the city. Oh, how careless of me! I shall change into something less conspicuous at once. It is settled. When at first you don't succeed, make inquiries again. Let us split up and seek with the men and women of Kugane. And it started to rain as soon as we started doing this. So once more, we inquire in Kugane for any and all leads for the wayward Jim. First off, we've got something around here. Isetsu. Yojimbo, you say? The name does ring a bell. Ah yes, now I recall. The Lupin fellow was asking after him as well, but that was some time ago. He's since been detained by the Sekiseigumi. Lupin, not your Yojimbo, that is. Not that I can imagine why. He's no criminal. When I told him of how my mother had taken ill, he gave me the koban to purchase her medicine without my asking or anything. They say he's done terrible things, but a man like that? No, I refuse to believe it. If there's any justice in the world, he'll be set free. Ah, so we're learning more about our Wolf Burglar. So he's a Robin Hood type. Maybe? Yakudan. Let me guess, you're searching for a man named Yojimbo? Sekiseigumi questioned me about him not long ago. Very desperate to find him they were. I don't think we'll receive much help from the populace at present, though. Why, you ask? Surely you've heard. The Kugane Wolf Burglar has been arrested. Despite what the wealthy elite would have you believe, he is no demon deserving of the harshest sentence. If anything, he is a hero to the downtrodden, having shared his spoils with the rest of us. If you ask me, the Sekiseigumi ought to take a closer look at the merchants he targeted, Akebono in particular, as he has been the center of many a dark rumors. Anyway, in light of the Wolf Burglar's attainment, many are less than willing to aid the Sekiseigumi in their activities, and unfortunately, if they suspect you to be working for them, I'm afraid you might find your overtures rebuffed. Of course. The wealthy merchants controlling the Sekiseigumi, and everyone not liking the fact that some person taking down the wealthy elite is gotten caught. That feels relevant. Oh, so you're pursuing that Yojimbo fellow. Sekiseigumi were asking after him the other day. I'll tell you what I've told him. Never heard of the man. Just between you and me, even if I did know something, I don't know if I would want to tell them. You know the Kugane Wolf Burglar? The one they locked away? Rumor has it they intend to inflict upon him terrible punishments for his so-called crimes. Madness, I tell you! Madness! Every single one of the Wolf Burglar's victims were among the most notorious scoundrels in the city. Greedy merchants with no scruples whatsoever. What's more, everything he stole he gave to the poor and needy. And yet they decry him as a villain? Fools! Well then. The voice of the people ring true. The Kugane Wolf Burglar is a decent and kind person. It is the rich and wealthy that must be hung up by their ankles and drained of all their wealth. And I don't just mean in this game. Anyway, Shigure, what do you got? I see. What have you learned, Rei'tan? Apparently a certain Lupin is rather well loved. Huh, I had no idea that the plight of the Wolf Burglar weighed upon the minds of so many. What exactly did they say? Basically, he stole from the greedy and gave to the good. Hero to the poor and downtrodden? Criminal who simply gave away his hard-won spoils? This is all quite unexpected. But whatever aspirations they may cast upon his victims, the law is the law. Even disreputable merchants are deserving of fair and equitable treatment. To ignore their plight is to let the mob decide their fate. That said, to hear that so many withhold information and protest is cause for concern. As a man of the Sekiseigumi, I cannot help but feel conflicted. If I may, Shigure, it might be best to dress in less conspicuous clothing, at least for the time being. I hate to say it, but that is a sensible suggestion. Surprisingly. Perhaps I should make use of my old kimono. Yet even if I were to do so, my face is already known. It would mark me as a Sekiseigumi. Perhaps even resent my attempts to deceive them. I've got an idea. Why not ask the Wolf Burglar? If he's so popular with the people, who knows what secrets they've told him? Ask the Wolf Burglar? Well then. If both he and Yojimbo had designs on the Saburo Sukehiro, then it's possible they might know one another. Well done, Nashu. I was but mere moments from reaching the self-same conclusion. Nashu's getting better at this than Hildy. It's settled then. Let's go question the prisoner without further delay. Alrighty then. Let's see what our canine friend has to say. By the way, I wish Lupins were a playable race in this game, but we got Hrothgar, so I can't really complain. But people who know me know that I'm a wolf in my other interests, so yeah. Greetings and well met, comrade. If I might have a moment of your time? We think that we might ascertain the whereabouts of the fugitive Yojimbo. We wish to speak with the Kugane Wolf Burglar. Will you permit us to enter? Certainly, Shigure. If it will aid in your investigation, follow me. Alrighty. Let's have a word with them. I trust you are enjoying our hospitality. I come bearing questions. Questions, eh? For little old me, you say? Following your arrest, the Ronin Yojimbo absconded with the Saburo Sukehiro you stole from Master Akebono. He remains at large. We have reason to believe the sword was his objective all along. Given that it was yours as well, I thought you might know something of the man and his motive. Everyone knows that sword's worth a bloody fortune and then some. But finding a buyer for a masterpiece as famous as the Saburo Sukehiro, especially after word of its theft has spread far and wide, well, good luck with that, says I. Why, they'd surely have to avail themselves of services of certain disreputable folks, with whom I happen to be intimately acquainted. I'd be happy to introduce your lot, as soon as you set me free. What? Absolutely not. That's out of the question. Then we've got nothing more to discuss. Best be on your way. Now, Shigure, let's not be too quick to judge. If the goodly men and women of Kugane are willing to trust in his good intentions, then perhaps we should as well. An awful lot of people are willing to vouch for his character. But what they say is, if what they say is true, then it would be wrong to see him hanged. I will propose to my superiors that you be temporarily released into our custody for the purposes of our investigation. Should you abide by the terms of our arrangement, you may receive leniency. What say you? I say you got yourself a deal, Baldy. Will they even consider my proposal, though? The deliberations alone may prove time-consuming, and if they refuse... Remind me, Nashu, do you have that hair tonic on you? I sure do, Inspector. Oh god, it's that stuff. Now it's as good a time as ever to try it, don't you think? Here? In the jail? Well, far be it from me to refuse. Remember to use the whole bottle, my good man. Pour it over your head until not a single drop remains. I'll be sure to look away. That seems rather wasteful, but if you insist... I feel strange, like my scalp is... Oh, by the kami! Shigure, are you alright? I heard you shouting. The light! It binds them! They are too many! Flashbang! A turn and a flex and a shake and a bounce! Perfection! Rejoice, my good burglar, as I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have liberated you from your unjust imprisonment! Just don't look at the scalp. Now see here, Inspector! He's blonde now. Huh? What happened? Has the prisoner escaped? Still in his cell, I see. What in the world was that blinding light? 1,000 pardons. One of my associates was carrying small explosives, one of which detonated unexpectedly. I, of course, made her take the others outside immediately for safety's sake. I believe that explains that, yes? Yes. Right then, if you'll excuse me. Yes, of course. Very good. Wait, when did Shigure regrow his hair? Well, thank you, gentle dead man. How we managed to escape undetected, I have no idea. But pray that our ruse will remain intact. Wolf Burglar led the others to the waterways below. We should follow. Alright, waterways below. And simple enough, just drop down here. So yeah, more silliness. Very silly. Very silly. Anyway, let's go in here. Been down here before? If so, you might have met my friends already. Contemptible lot, all Kuskane's cast-offs. If anyone heard of a peep from your quarry, it'd be them. Come on then, don't be shy. Oh, you're looking well for a rat bastard. Takes a wolf to know a rat, ha! To what do we owe the pleasure? And more importantly, how'd you slip free of the Sekisigumi's noose? With my dashing good looks and my silver tongue, how else? But never you mind that. I need information, Koju. Do you now? Or is the Sekiseigumi at your shoulders the one asking questions? No need to give the lad a hard time. He did right by me, and I mean to return the favor. Eh? You mean you're helping him? Have you gone mad? Well, even if I have, there's nothing you and yours need to worry your pretty little heads over. Give us a hand and we'll be out of your hair. Wolf's honor. They're not a bad bunch, really. Most tried to make a living on the straight and narrow. Some even had a mind to join the Sekiseigumi like you, who were found wanting for this reason or that. Then honest work's no longer an option, that leaves the other sort. The dangerous, the disreputable, the dirty. Somebody's gotta do it, and so these industrious souls pick up the slack. Maybe they're not the cream you prefer to hobnob with, but while you're in their company, I'll ask you to comport yourselves with a modicum of civility. Should like to believe I have done just that. You'll forgive me if I've given you any reason to think otherwise. See? Fast friends we are. Right then. We're after a bloke that goes by the moniker of Yojimbo. Heard tell of the man? Yojimbo? No, I can't say it rings a bell. Oi! Any of you know a fellas by the name of Yojimbo? Well, there you have it. Might be different if he had a bounty on his head. What'd he do, anyway? Piss in the Byugo's rice porridge? Ah, if only. Stole the Saburo Sukihiro he did. Bugger me, that's a beauty. Wonder why, though. Finding a buyer even through the black market would be a challenge and a half. And if he'd even pull out the word he was looking, we'd have heard it by now. To come all this way and leave with nothing. Here, let's just call it a day yet. Assuming this Yojimbo didn't steal the sword for the challenge, there's only two reasons he'd take it. To sell it or to keep it. And if it's not about the money, then I doubt this is his first prize or his last. Hark, my keen inspector sense whispers and speaks of a thieving collector of swords. Yes, there can be no mistake. Aye, what he said. I suppose if he's a collector, then it's only the best will do. Which means his next target might be, I don't know, the Ame no Murakumo? Wait, the Ame no Murakumo? I thought it was nothing more than a fairy tale. You mean to say the fabled sword of Eld actually exists? Yes, it is. Seen it with my own eyes. A giant kami tried to kill me and my friends with it, but I deflected the blow. Excuse me for a second, got a cough. Sorry. You what? I have so many questions, but first, where did all this happen? Housed within the Kojin of the Red's treasure vault, eh? If that's the case, then it seems to me you ought to continue your search in the Ruby Sea, no? Yeah, let's go ahead and look there. Might well be the best place for us to look. In that case, let us brook no further delay and head to the Ruby Sea at once. Oh boy. Hildy, you are so very, very silly. Alright, Shigure. To think that the Ame no Murakuma is not only real, but that it was brought to bear against you and yours by a kami of unfathomable strength. It's referring to Susano if you haven't played this game before. In any event, we now know where we might search. The Ruby Sea. Before I let you leave, however, there's a matter of great importance which I must attend. Well, perhaps great import is something of an overstatement. Speak of the inspector's earlier advice concerning my garments. I will meet you at the Ruby Price after I have changed. Pray, go on ahead without me. I insist. Alrighty. Hildy, you got my next quest. Good swords, good dogs. Truly, there is no rest for the righteous. Wherever term might one use to describe Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Mandeville. All set up for another trip to the Glittering's westward expanse? I know I am. Let's hop aboard the next ferry for the Ruby Price and wait for Shigure there, as he requested. Come along. Alrighty. Let's go on. Do-do-do. Yeah, it's gonna be a way to get out of here. Fuck it. It's such an awkward place, I'm literally just gonna warp to the Aetheryte. That's why it's there. Let's keep a move on. And we shall make our way further on. Do 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 do. I love the Stormblood theme. It's actually really good. Although I think people tend to prefer the Shadowbringers and Endwalker music. There's a lot of good music in Stormblood. Alright, Hildibrand. Oh, it's Shigure! Over here! Oh, sorry, that was for Hildibrand. Oh, it's Shigure! Over here! Over here! Well then. By the kami! I thought you were someone else at first. Well, since it was suggested that I should wear something other than the garments of a Sekiseigumi for a time, I could have visited Kugane Dori and purchased something completely unlike my usual attire. Quite the change, but very much for the better, if I do say so myself. I didn't realize you could be so fashionable. Fashionable? Please, Nashu, you give me too much credit. I say, that getup with those Zori? I don't see that becoming a trend. Yeah, I might have suggested some different footwear. Oh well. Not that it matters. We didn't come to mess about, eh? We've got a collector to catch, assuming he's after the Ame no Murakumo. We've got to get ourselves to the Isle of Zeki. Any ideas? I think I know of a way. By air or by underwater passage, eh? More tricky than I thought. With the blessing of the Kojin, the latter seems almost impossible. What about that bird of yours? Montoro, was it? After what the inspector did to him, ha! He did keeping a wide berth, I reckon. Assuming he's even fit to fly. It was a somewhat traumatic experience for all involved. Hi. Forgive my bluntness, my wolfish compatriot, but it occurs to me that we have yet to hear your motives for attempting to steal the Saborosuke hero from Master Akebono. Did not Koju say that selling such a blade would be extraordinarily difficult? Nope, here we go. Backstory. It's not stealing to take back what was stolen. That black-hearted bastard Akebono prized it from the hands of its rightful owner. He was a humble samurai who lived a humble life, devoid of most luxuries. A righteous man who never turned his back on those in need. Certainly not a young Lupin boy who fled Doma during the occupation. The two lived as father and son, with few comforts save each other's company. And one day a merchant came calling, asking after the samurai's sword, asking him to part with his one prized possession. But a sword is a samurai's soul, and he'd sooner die than sell it, even for a fortune. But the merchant, he's not the sort to go quietly into the night. He changes tacks and worms his way into the samurai's affairs. Small sums at first, but bigger, then bigger. Before he knows it, the samurai owes the merchant a veritable mountain of coin. And so he pledges his blade as collateral. The samurai worked day and night to reclaim his honor. While strong in spirit, he was weak in body. He fell sick soon after and passed away, leaving his Lupin charge alone in this unjust world. All this time, you were only... He left Kugane for a time and returned years later from Yangsha, having learned the ways of the shinobi that he might honor his adopted father by helping others that had helped him as a child. A chivalrous guise for a personal vendetta, perhaps. More than anything, he yearned to reclaim the samurai's sword, the last surviving memento of their time together, that he might wear it with pride. All this time, Master Akebono was your main objective. When you broke into the shop in the Rakusa district, you were searching for the Saburo Sukehiro. You kept a close eye on him, even as you continued to target other disreputable merchants, and you might drive him to take additional measures to protect the sword, knowing that in so doing, he would eventually reveal its location. It is settled! The Saburo Sukehiro must be returned to its rightful owner! Hey, if it's so hard for people to reach the Isle of Zeki, how is Yojimbo planning on getting there? That I do not know, but regardless, he was headed there. Someone must have noticed his passing. I say we question the pirates of Sakazuki and see if they have observed a traveler resembling Yojimbo of late. We are of the same mind, Shigure. To Sakazuki, post haste! Okay, I will say that even though I don't find this one Hildibrand story as engaging as the last ones, I love that story. Poor little wolf boy. He tried to do his best. He tried to get back what was his. But regardless, let us continue on. Let's continue on for more silliness and shenanigans and a hard-boiled egg, as Hildibrand would say. Anyway, let's talk to Ihaki again. Oh, I remember you. Looking for more dead men? No, I'm looking for someone else. A rail-thin samurai with a wide-brimmed hat and oversized geta? A traveler like that would not escape my notice, which is to say I'm confident I haven't seen him. Sorry to disappoint you. Not at all, my friend. Thank you for your time to speak with us. As I said before, my good man, when at first you don't succeed, make inquiries again. Let us be away. Alright. Where else can we go? Ah, here we go. Confederate ship watch. What was that? A samurai with a large hat? Just happened I spoke with a traveler like that. And a dog with him, too. Sure enough, he had a mind to head to the Isle of Zeki. Couldn't imagine why, with the Red being as unwelcome as they are, and there being no place to dock a boat. I told him as much, but he shrugged it off and went on his merry way. Think of it, did I see that dog of his not long ago, on the beach below, wandering about? I hope he didn't abandon him. You have been tremendously helpful. 1,000 thanks to you. Surely the canine in question is Daigoro. We must gather the others and search for Jim and his beloved companion at once. Jim's beloved companion, not Jim and. I'm such a derp. Daigoro! Here, Daigoro! Doggy! Oh, I think I see him over there! Huh, maybe he doesn't like us anymore. Now, yeah, you just need to give the pup the right incentive, that's all. Incentive? Surely it can't be that simple. See for yourself. Woof woof! Sniff sniff. Woof woof woof! So that's all it takes to win him over, eh? Single Koban? Greedy little thing. Hush, Shigure. Daigoro is a good dog, and now he will lead us to his master. Woof woof! Alright. This is quite a fix indeed. Alright. Daigoro, what are you doing here? I thought I told you to wait for me. Hildy? Hildy? Jim, my good man. I mean, you rapscallion. You've nowhere to run. Cease your shenanigans and relinquish the Saburo Sukahiro at once. I will do no such things. Ever since I was bested by your tight-lipped associate over yonder, I yearned for an opportunity to redeem myself, and so I set about searching for stronger swords with which I might bring my everything to bear. I thought to claim victory with the Ame no Murakumo in hand, but if circumstances demand we settle this here and now, then so be it. Alright, you want to fight? I'll give it to you. Stay your hand, my friend. Though I know who you mean only well, securing the sword is a grave responsibility which falls to... I, Hildibrand, Age of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, will resolve this conflict and reclaim the sword. Prepare to be amazed that the Saburo Sukahiro is delivered to my waiting arms. Alright. Daigoro! Oh, Daigoro! Come here and let Hildy give you a great big belly rub. Daigoro, you will do no such thing. Well, he is a Manderville. What? Betrayed! The inspector does come from a wealthy family, so maybe he smells of money? Until you surrender the Saburo Sukahiro, I'll give Daigoro the most furious of belly rubs, thereby depriving you of the pleasure. Such is my ultimatum. Daigoro! Daigoro, return to me this instant! Rejected! Oh, Violet. You win, the sword is yours! That was surprisingly simple. Hildibrand, Master Negotiator. By the Kami, I can't believe that actually worked. Inspector Hildibrand's powers of negotiation are most impressive. Either that or Yojimbo's as big an idiot as he is. Uh-oh. Mummy! Behold, Hildibrand can walk on water. He is the second coming. Oh dear God. Once again, he's implanted. 'Tis the natural state of a Hildibrand. Wait, where's the Saburo Sukahiro? Right where it belongs. You fiend. Return it at once. That is enough, all of you. Oh, here come the cops. Look at me, where did they come from? Bah, this isn't over. Shigure, what is this I hear of you setting free a notorious fugitive? Explain yourself at once. Oh dear. Well, you see, Inspector Hildibrand and I, in order to track down Yojimbo and the Saburo Sukahiro, we needed to enlist the assistance of the Wolf Burglar. To that end, we removed him from the jail. Temporarily, of course. We have every intention of returning him to his cell. And he's gone. And how do you tend to do this when your prisoner has taken flight? Oh boy. Shigure, I charge you with aiding and abetting a criminal in their escape. Be reasonable. You know full well that everything Shigure did was to achieve a greater good, to uphold the law of the land. We will return with the Saburo Sukahiro and the Wolf Burglar. I swear to you. Let me explain things. Your actions in service to the Sekiseigumi are not unknown to me. Nevertheless, Shigure must be held to account for this. To make an exception at your request would only compound the offense. No man is above the law, not even our own. Oof. Damn. Things took a turn. Alright. Well, that did not go well. Hildy? What a miscarriage of justice to see our Shigure spirited away like a common criminal, in complete disregard of the extenuating circumstances. Falls on us to find a way to right his wrong, but this is no place to devise a plan. To Kugane, my friends! Alright. What do you have to say, Corgi? Did you want to be friends with Daigoro? Yeah, of course you did. Alright. Well, like other good dogs, we must go to Kugane. I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's late and I'm completely batshit at this point. I've also been recording all the Stormblood Hildebrands in one go, so my throat feels utterly shredded from doing these deep voices. But there's still one more after this, and I intend to complete it tonight. Maybe after dinner. But for now, let us go over here and speak with Jan Hildibrand. So lonely without everyone else around. I hope they're doing alright. Oh, my good man, I hardly know where to begin. Ever since our return, I have been racking my brain trying to conceive of a means in which we might free Shigure from this predicament, but to no avail. By absconding with the sword, the Wolf Burglar has done us no favors, and yet I do not think his tale of the samurai in Akebono was a lie. My keen inspector sense tells me that the many threads of this tale are converging upon a single point not far from now, in which all truth shall be laid bare for all to see. Core, that's what I like to hear, and I agree. I don't think the Wolf Burglar is bad at all. Once the Sekiseigumi realize it, they're sure to let Shigure off the hook, don't you think? Maybe, I don't know. I most certainly do, Nasho. Furthermore, I say that to hasten this most desirous of resolutions, I must begin investigating Master Akebono at once. Hold the fort while I'm gone, my stalwart assistant. Yes, sir, Inspector. I don't know what he's about, but I'm sure it'll be brilliant. Alright. And off he goes again. Oh? I suppose this day was bound to come. No matter. Soon there will be nothing in this world beyond my grasp. And Waluigi. Did I sense something? Someone talking behind my back. And once again, the performance. Hildibrand will return in The Past is Never Past. And once more, we dance. And the Lalafel's in the jail cell where he belongs. Oh, there's even a Namazu in there. I didn't notice that before. See you, Inspector. Alrighty then. Well, that's it for this act. Things seem to have taken a nosedive. Poor Shigure. He did not deserve that. He is the butt of the joke this chapter. He's the butt of the joke in all of this series for this part. I cannot talk. I need a break. So, until then, this has been Ray, signing out. Later, guys, and have a nice day. See you all in the final act.